All right, people. So everyone in life eventually acts up, right? And the reason why people act up is because they usually do that to test your strength. They do that to test the level of resilience that you have. They do that to test what they can get away with and or not. And the reason why is this. Humans naturally are always assessing people. And one of the ways that people assess people is not just like how intelligent you are. The first thing that people do is test your resolve. How much bullshit are you willing to accept? Think about it this way. If you are a class of students and today you have a new substitute teacher, what do you think the first thing that students unconsciously, it's not even a conscious thing, what do you think they try to do? They see whether or not the teacher is a pushover, right? They see how much can you take. And why is that the first thing that they go to? They don't first do how intelligent you are. They don't see how nice you are. They see how strong are you and how much are you willing to lay down the law on them. And it all comes down to your non-verbal cues and how you react to disrespect. People will first break little rules. That's the first thing people do, right? If you're a new assistant teacher, what the students first do is see what are the first things that they could get away with. In the movie Wolf of Wall Street, Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, he was an assistant teacher, right? Let me show you the clip. So what people first do, they look at your appearance. They look at how you dress. They observe all of the little things about you, and they assess whether or not you're somebody that's a pushover. If they sense any weakness, if they sense a sliver of doubt in your mind, it activates people's instinct to test you, like literally. Because they judge you on your appearance and then they judge you on your behavior or your reaction to their subtle disrespect, right? So Leonardo DiCaprio, he was acting like an assistant teacher, and one of the things that made him look weak was his physical appearance, right? And it's like, as you can see here, the bully thinks he's a weak student and pushes him around, right? So this usually happens, like I said, because the first thing that people do, they cannot handle and they cannot say no to an easy target. And the second thing is that you send signs of strength and weakness, right, all the time. And the third thing is that if they know that you cannot fight back, they'll get more aggressive. So they first test to see what kind of defenses you have. Let me show you.
Frenches?
Okay, so he goes into class, right? This is obviously the guy who's a bully, right? But just observe his reaction, right? He's testing him, appears weak, he's looking around, and then he proceeds to do things non-verbally, right? And the reason why is because non-verbally just pierces more the mind. It penetrates the mind deeper than words, because words are everywhere. And we've grown accustomed to being bombarded by different people, different things trying to influence us. Father Alex trying to sell you guys my courses. This guy trying to sell you this. This guy trying to tell you to convert to this religion and that religion. And so words have become noise, and we as humans are really good at blocking it out. And so people a lot of the times waste their time trying to communicate a message verbally, and it never penetrates the mind. Non-verbal communication prepares the mind to listen to the words that you're saying. Before you want to penetrate the mind, you first communicate your authority, your disappointments, your feelings non-verbally, and then whatever you say is going to penetrate deeper, like this. Abagnale, not Abagnale, Abagnale, right? And now he's like, okay, this guy's strict. And mind you, why do you think that is? Why do you think that this gave him that feeling? Because the subtle things. It's the fact that he's like, it's Abagnale, not Abagnale, Abagnale, right? It's the strictness. He's like, oh, fuck, right? And let me put it.
But Abagnale. Now, somebody please tell me where you left off.
And he's like, everyone's not listening, right? So since everyone's not listening, they're testing him. Now he raises his voice.
Excuse me, people, if I need to ask again, I'm going to write up the entire class. Take your seats!
Right, and the only reason why he raised his voice was because if he would have came in yelling, it would have not had the same effect, right? You first gotta you first have to have you prime them with your nonverbal cues, with looks of disappointment, seriousness. If he laughed at any moment, if you try to be friends with them, this would not have worked. So when you're in the face of a hostile person, not hostile trying to kill you, right? But somebody who is testing your strength, like you see here, you first communicate it non-verbally, and then you communicate it verbally. You cannot be communicating strength and threats, like if you do this, I'll leave. You can't communicate that with non-verbal cues of weakness. It just doesn't work that way. Right, and even then, he was still tested, right, by saying, where did he start?
Chapter
what page
7.
did they start?
Will you please open your textbooks to chapter 8, and we'll get started?
When we get started,
Excuse me, what's your name?
Brad.
right, and then now he's being an asshole, right? But that's pretty much how that works, right? Let's continue. The first response should not be verbal. The first response should be a serious look and silence. That's the first response. A serious look and silence. For example, like the girl who was late, right? I told you about. She was like 40 minutes late one time, right? The first time we met. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I was like, she was like, oh, are you mad at me? Look, I don't mind being late, but you know, if we're gonna go out, I really don't like waiting 40 minutes. So next time, let's just make sure that we're on time. But yeah, anyways, let's go get a drink, right? My silence was my first response. Just look at her like, really, bitch? Like, really, you're gonna be that late, right? And then the next time she does it, I'll tell her verbally, look, man, next time you're this late, this consistently, I don't know if we could go out, to be honest with you. Because I already told you that one time not to be late, you know, like, and so too many people resort to making threats and raising their voices and trying to communicate their disdain with words. There's more power in focusing on communicating what you are saying non-verbally. It just penetrates people deeper because it's something that's wired within a child to pay attention to nonverbal cues. And so to tap into that inner child of a person, to get that reaction out of you where they look at it and they react in fear as a form of respect, not like fear of abuse. To penetrate that inner child where they'll listen to you, you have to communicate it non-verbally. All right, if you guys enjoy these videos about stoicism, dating, relationships, self-help, moving up in life, I would recommend you guys check out some of my courses that I have for sale. These courses are courses for men and women. For example, Nice Girl, Nice Guy is a course about how to become more assertive. Natural Chemistry is a course for women that I have on how to develop strong relationships. Dark Game is a controversial course that I have for guys on how to attract women in their life and keep it. It's not as dark as it seems, but we do talk about some dark psychology in here. Psychological Game of Attraction is a course that we made for women who are single. And as you see, we have a course about how to develop charisma, emotional mastery, which is a course about how to develop a meditation practice and how to improve your emotional life, to become more resilient, to not let rejection hit you so hard, to be able to bounce back from failure. I have a course called Nice Guy, which is a course for guys who are single and guys who want to be able to develop more assertiveness training, right? Most of these courses come at $99. And there you could also purchase the bundle where you guys can purchase all of the courses in one go at a discounted rate, right? We have a bundle for women and a bundle for men. So click in the description down below to check them out. You could browse around and see the courses that you like. And if you don't like them, you guys can ask for a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I'll give you guys the money back, okay? And in fact, we actually have a new one for women right now we're developing. It's called The Feminine Woman. So if you're a woman watching, this course is specifically to help women become more feminine, to embrace their feminine while embracing their masculine energy. And I'm actually going to make a course for that, like that for men, which is called the Masculine Man, which is a course on how to develop masculinity and develop masculine energy, to attract women in your life, to attract business success in your life, to be able to be better socializing, to read people better. It's truly an all-around course. So if you guys want to check out those courses, click on the description down below where it says purchase the courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Bye-bye.